Okay, hi. So today I want to show you how to make the perfect healing salad and how to build that. So it's so important to get our raw greens every day. So the first thing I do is I take organic romaine. It's always the good basis for a healing salad because it's crisp, it's fresh, it's not too bitter, and I just cut it up so that it's easy to eat and drop it in my bowl that I'll wash everything. So that's the first ingredient. I'll just take 1 head of romaine and put it in my bowl. The second thing that you want to do is, you're going to need a little bit more lettuce than this. So the second thing you want to do is build it in with some living greens. So today, and I usually try to buy, you can buy or you can make your own living greens. This one today I have a little bit, I have half left of some living broccoli. I have a little bit of the living arugula. So I'm going to use these two today because they're on their way out and I want to use them up. So I'm just going to add in my living greens. And living greens are so important because they're still alive and you want the vital nutrients. They haven't been picked or plucked yet or cut yet. You know, they're still intact. They're still receiving all the benefits of being alive. So when you put them in your body, you're getting that much more vital nutrients. And of course, everything has to be organic. So the next I put in my living greens. The next thing I do is I put in my mixture of greens. So for this, I just buy organic mixed greens. And, you know, it's just a bunch of just different mixed greens. And I throw a handful in. The next thing you want to do is you want to put in your dark leafy greens, which are the most healing part of the whole salad, but a lot of people have a problem with them, especially if you have thyroid problems or, you know, they're called goitrogens, some of them, if they're uncooked. So I just put in a little bit. I cut really finely the kale, or I throw in a large couple of cups of spinach. And I actually finished my spinach last night, so I don't have any today. Or I would also be throwing in spinach along with a little bit of this kale. So I'll throw in my dark leafy greens, and I throw in my spinach. And then, since I don't have spinach today, I do have a few collards here. Just get rid of that piece, isn't looking that great. So I'll just, again, collards can be goitrogenic. So, and they don't taste super great raw. I prefer to cook these vegetables, but I just throw in like a couple of leaves, just because it's still good to get the raw enzymes out of these. And I will mostly eat these in bone broths and stews and cooked up with meat. So I would normally eat all of these cooked, and that's where I would get the most nutrients out of them. But I do add a couple leaves and a little bit to give my raw salad some of those nutrients in here as well. Okay, so the third thing you want to do, once you have your base of your salad, you want to add in a few more things. You want to add in your herbs. So I'm going to add some, actually, instead of adding parsley today, I'm going to add cilantro because this living cilantro is almost done and I want to finish it up. So I'm just going to finely cut up my cilantro and throw it in. Okay, so now you have a nice green, amazing healing base for your salad. So now you want to throw in a few vegetables. And I would normally throw in some cucumbers, although I don't have any cucumbers today, so I'm just going to skip them. I use them in my juice. So I like to put in a little bit of broccoli or something from the brassica family. I like to put in something that gives me all my sulfur. So cauliflower is a good choice. broccoli, cauliflower or broccoli. And then I like to throw in an onion because again, it's a great sulfur vegetable and so healing for the body. So we definitely want to throw in an onion, a red onion. So we would dice that up finely. So now, as you can see, we're getting away from the greens and we're getting into the colors, which are super important. And sulfur vegetables are critical. So those are onions, garlic, broccoli, cauliflower, and you definitely want to use those liberally, whether you're making salads or whether you're cooking them. They're great both ways. So for now today, I'm just going to throw in my red onion. Just dice it up, chop it up any way you can. Doesn't really matter, just thin enough so that it's not going to be too bitter. And once you leave the onion out in the air a little bit, it gets a little bit sweeter. So that's a trick to cut it about 5 minutes before you eat it. So now you can see we're starting to get the color in there. So next we want to add our carrots and our cabbage. And again, I like to do cabbage cooked. You get a lot more nutrients out of it when it's cooked. Or fermented. So my fermented cabbage and my fermented